This was an event I didn't want to miss. CL65s, E92 and 3s, and all German car show. The shop where it was held at was an example for what I dream of building one day. But my C32 wasn't running, so if I wanted to make the drive to Austin, I needed to make sure my C230 was ready. First up, oil change, brake and clutch bleed, and fixing the coilovers that started making all kind of noises. I'm gonna start by taking off the wheels, and I just want to show you guys how my front tires were rubbing against the spring, and I could hear at low speeds, but also while taking sharp turns. Now I already took all the wheels off, so let's just start that oil change. The chain looks beautiful. It's not like Gary built the whole engine. It's been 6,000 miles since my last oil change. I want to make sure I get all the fluid out of the reservoir so I can clean it and then put new one in it. Oh, look at this. My sway-bar link is loose. I wonder how long it's been like that. So after leveling the license plate, I just went ahead and replaced my cartridge, made it snug, topped up my fluids, added my oil, which is 8.5 quarts, made sure that I got the level right, clean out all the debris. Crazy, this car only cost me $1,000. I always enjoy doing this for customers. Now I get to do it in my own car. Okay, so the issue I was having was this and this was loosening itself, like this and like this. I'm gonna use Loctite and lock them up, and hopefully it doesn't happen again. It's gonna be a real bitch to take this off later. I'm gonna do half. I ended up doing the same for the other side, but now I'm showing how I was tightening up the sway-bar links. The reason why I only showed one side was because that's the one that was way worse, that was rubbing at all times on my car. Where here I'm just making sure my sway-bar links don't come loose anymore. Now one thing that I do have to mention is that when I lowered my car, I had to cut a little bit of the fender off because it was making too much noise. You can see it right here how I bent this and cut a little bit. So now I'm gonna have to do the same on the other side. I already went ahead and took the arm out. Now I'm gonna adjust the spring real quick. Right here I was counting the treads because I could tell there was a height difference from side to side in the rear. So that's where my height issue was. They're different. I did count the treads with the front shocks, but I guess when I set up the springs in the rear, I forgot to count them. Now we're gonna try to match this with the other one. Hopefully that doesn't make our car too high. One. Alright, let's put it in the car now. Now I'm going back together, getting the spring back into place now that I counted the treads. Using a pole jack to press up the arm, got the shock and the spindle. It's that simple. I did count the treads from the right rear, and it was 103, and the left rear was 100. So I'm gonna adjust this one.
Don't mess with Texas.
For a while, I was driving the car with the rear being super low, so it was driving everywhere. Finally now, I got to raise the rear and it looked perfect. One thing I didn't record before the oil change was that I had already vacuumed the interior. And before we got to the meet, the next day, we stopped at a car wash, got some snacks. And then something that I thought was pretty cool is that we ran into a group of Supras, whom, which funny enough, were going to the same car show. I know, an old German car show, but I guess they do have BMW engines. It was super cool, and I felt super lucky to get to drive with them on our way there. But anyways, here's some clips we took as they were driving right next to us. And here are probably my favorite cars of the show. There was two CL65s that were kept up perfection. You see this one has some aftermarket engine air filters. Now the shop that we went, it was amazing. They specialize in customizing cars. It's probably something that I dream of having one day. I like the entrance, how they had those wheels there to show everybody. The offices were all clean. And one of my favorite things that they had there was probably the room where they design stuff. You see how they had the 3D printers and then the cat designs. It's exactly what I dream of having one day. Now here I'm just walking around with my friend Gilbert. One thing that I thought was pretty cool is that they had this paint booth for their shop, and they had this wagon that was ready for paint. Sure, exactly what they had there that they were painting already. But yeah, just this whole day was a great day. It was very inspiring. Something to look forward of doing it again. Having another old German car show. This is my favorite video I took from the show, where they were parking both CL65s, and at the same time, a group of 4 E92 M3s showed up, similar builds but just different colors. So just enjoy this. But that's it, guys. Thank you for watching the video. We had an excellent time there. This is the first time that we get invited to a car show, and especially an old German car show. That's why we're so excited about going. Hopefully by next time I can actually take my C32, because my white one didn't get that much attention, which I thought was pretty funny. And to wrap up the day after the car show, we went to look at a CLX63 that Gilbert was interested in. He ended up not getting it, but he was excited just because we went to that car show. But that's it, guys. Thank you for watching. Make sure to follow, and I'll see you on the next one.